This is a very exciting morning. I'm speaking from Melbourne, and I'm very lucky to have on the line Lynn Hunsaker of Clear Action. It's our very first client to your expert interview, and I'm looking forward to speaking to Lynn. So Lynn, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Ray. Glad to be here.
Great. So what we want to do is for you to introduce yourself a little bit. What has Lynn done up to now, and what's Clear Action all about?
Well, thanks, Ray. I've been in the customer experience management field since 1989, starting out in the strategic planning department and interviewing customers face-to-face, and then launching the first customer satisfaction methodology that the company had had as part of their total quality management initiative. From there, I worked in a couple of market research firms, and after that, I worked in a semiconductor firm for 11 years, starting out as a voice of the customer manager, customer satisfaction improvement manager, and then head of corporate quality for several years. Then I was director of marketing for several years before I left there. For the past 5 or 6 years, Clear Action has been helping companies also improve customer experience. And I think that this term, customer experience, has really come into being just, in the past decade. And it's still evolving, and its understanding across companies is still emerging. So it's an exciting time to be in the field, and I'm really glad to share some thoughts with you today.
That's great. That's great. So what if we said, what's the state of the nation around customer experience? How would you respond to that? What are you seeing happening in business today?
It's great because I'm seeing so many people with customer experience in their job title and customer experience articles, and interest seems to be really blooming. And the thing is, though, that the definition and the application is all over the place. As I mentioned, back in the late 80s, early 90s, customer experience started out as kind of quality initiative with process improvements, and that was really triggered by the huge level of competition that we had, unforeseen till then, with Japan and other countries. And then in the 90s, CRM took root, and that seemed to be a real blessing as a technology with a lot of promise. And in the 2000s, we moved more into customer engagement and social media. And so what I'm seeing with customer experience is, really a dilution of what people define it as, because some people are still using it as a process improvement initiative, and other people are using it more as a marketing or service quality initiative. A lot of companies are really emphasizing revenue and maybe profit secondarily. So it's very interesting to see the wide array of uses these days.
Yeah, and so when it shows up in a business, you've said that people have customer experience in their title. Where do those people sit in the hierarchy in business?
Some of them are at the vice president level and the director level, and others are in more of the managers don't really have customer experience in their title per se. It could include customer reference, CRM, call center management, service. It really runs all over the place. But we are seeing more chief customer officers. Not all chief customer officers actually have process improvement or customer centricity as their main mandate, though. A lot of them really have revenue as their main mandate. So, it's hard to say exactly, with definitive definition where these positions are and what they really comprise.
Yeah. Well, you and I have spoken a fair bit about the concept of the clienteer as somebody who has, as part of their remit, the delivery of the customer experience. To what extent do you see the need for new skills in this, and do you see it as a cross-functional space, or how do you see it showing up in business in the future?
I really like that you brought up the term clienteer. I don't know that people in companies are using that phrase specifically, but a lot of companies are finding that if they have a champion or several champions, not just an executive sponsor, but say a team of catalysts, whether it's their full-time job or an addendum to their other full-time job, these people are well connected to people in the business units and serve as a conduit from a central committee that kind of oversees customer centricity and customer experience management as a holistic initiative in the company. And then the clienteers or champions work with different business units, regions, functional areas, divisions, to help them understand customer voice, to help them act on customer voice and drive accountability and enthusiasm, try to make it more a way of life in the company.
Yeah, it seems to be fairly central. What I'm going to do is we're trying to keep these conversations really short, so I think let's hold back on the question around skills, and we'll make that the start of the next episode in the interview with you. So thank you very much today, and we'll speak again really soon.
Thanks, Ray.